Welcome back to another episode of This Monster Wants to Eat Me. So first of all, I'm a bit late because I forgot that it's daylight savings and that messed up my entire clock, my entire schedule. I forgot the clock changed and I'm 1 hour late to everything now because of that. So it's a mess, but it is what it is. It's gonna be just this 1 week that's gonna be a bit off schedule. Starting with next week, we're gonna be back on the same schedule as usual. But yeah, anyways, in the previous episode, we had an interesting one because it was only about like 2/3 of the episode of the story, and then we had a bit of a side story, or I guess it was like 3/4, and then it was a bit of a side story, but I really liked it. I really liked it. So it ended up, or the episode actually ended with the revelation, or with the reveal that Miko, I'm remembering, Miko is a kitsune yokai, right? She's a kitsune yokai, a nine-tailed fox yokai, if you will, a fox yokai. So yeah, which obviously very on brand because of the name with Miko, right? Shrine Maidens obviously being associated with kitsune spirits and stuff like that, you know, very in your face, or it was in front of us this entire time. So that was really cool. I really like it. And it was revealed to us that her memories got manipulated, or by her I mean Hinako. Hinako's memories got manipulated by Miko, and she basically inserted new memories into Hinako's head of their friendship, right? So that's how she assimilates into society, is by inserting memories of them, of themselves, the yokai, into other people's minds as if they always existed there, right? So that nobody suspects them of being a yokai. But now the question is, how long ago did that start? How did she just arrive here like a week ago? Or did she arrive here like 5-10 years ago and she's been friends with Hinako all this time and only a small sliver of memories were actually manipulated or inserted into Hinako's memory bank? I don't know. I guess we'll find out, right, in these upcoming episodes. But yeah, and then at the end of the episode, we saw a bit of an episode of, or I guess a bit of a side story of just random stuff with Miko, Hinako, and Shiori. So to do with like cooking and stuff. So let's see what's gonna happen from here on out. So if you wanna watch this uncut and unblurred as always on my Patreon, down in the description, and let's go into This Monster Wants to Eat Me, episode 5.
まじないを込めた文字をしたため、まじないを乗せた言葉を使い、
That's really cool.
君たち人間のそばに忍び寄る。それが妖怪の常套手段。許さない。許さない。許さない。 今回ばかりは離れていた方が良さそうですね。お前だけは1000回引き裂いても許さない。
I love the beads, or whatever they are. There are some beads. Kind of look like the beads that you see on like in the temples and stuff, right? That the monks have. Yeah, the beads that you see, she has a bracelet from the beads, right? Which is also pretty cool. The Beast of Affection. Ooh, I understand that. Auntie.
私は平気だから気にしないで、ひなこちゃん。あら、こんな時間に誰かしら。はーい。どちら様ですか？
Miko? Yeah.
おはようございます。ひなこちゃんのお友達？はい、八代美子です。ひなこを迎えに来ました。ひなこ、おはよう。
Or was she?
どんな時も笑ってくれて、
Vsauce music.
ずっとそばにいてくれた。ミコちゃん、私の大切な友達。
Oh, what's that?
私の大切な。
Look at the beads. The bracelet became those beads. That's so cool. I love the design of the 98 Fox. It's full 2D, as far as I can tell. Which is impressive, not gonna lie.
私を水辺に近寄らせないつもりですか？フェアじゃないですね。しおりさん。
Oh, look at the neck. It looks so sick. I love the... Oh, man, such a cool design. Oh my god.
危ないから。
She's protecting her still.
そこにいて。 ミコちゃん。
Oh! We're getting a fight scene.
獣のくせに随分と人間臭い妖怪ですね。そこまで人間の匂いが染みついているということは土地神崩れか何かですか？
Local deity.
ええ、まあ妖怪ならこのまま食い殺しますが、土地神なら敬意を払って
Is that still Pharaoh's Eye?
と思って。
It is, it is. She's using the Jolene voice.
やはり人型のままでは浅いですね。どうにか水辺に誘導したいところ。しおりさん。ひなぽ。二人とも待って。ちょっとタイムで。もう今は来ちゃダメですって。ああ、ほら怪我。ガレットが飛んで危ないんですから。でも。
Pause the fight for a bit. Ooh. Oh.
ミコちゃん。なぜわざわざ人型に。ああ、なるほど。ミコちゃん。大丈夫？ダメですってば。だけど、あんなに苦しそうで。でもだけどが多い子ですね。君が近寄ると余計彼女が苦しみますよ。どういう意味？捕食衝動を抑えるために人型を取り直したところはけなげだと思いますが、だけどあなた、本当はヒナコを食べたくて仕方ないんでしょ？ヒナコを守るだなんだと言ったって結局は他の輩と変わらない。所詮はこの子の血に飢えた妖怪。この土地に根ざした経緯も理由も知りませんが、もともと人食いの妖怪がその匂いが消えるほどに人立ちするなんて相当な飛脚趣味でもお持ちなんです。
Masochist, huh? Okay, so she has been... That was my thought. That's what I said in the previous episode. I wonder if that's what she was doing, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah. Oh, Pharaoh's Eye is so good. I see.
私のせい。
Well, no, it was her decision, right?
まあ、安心してください。これからは君に代わって、私がひな子のそばでしっかり守りますから。彼女の旬を味わえなくて、残念ですね。
Oh, that look.
ひな子だけは、守らなきゃ。
I do wonder why though.
大地やゆり、
Huh?
ムツキの分まで、
I'm guessing her family?
せめて、あの願いだけは。
Oh, do you think they made a wish to the local deity that was her?
そして、お父さんたちの名前、
That would be cool.
それに、願いって。お母さんたちが子供の頃よりも、もっと前から、この土地を守ってくれているの。
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, you see the beads?
僕、明日サッカーの試合だからお参りしとこう。
お父さんもプロポーズの前に勇気をくださいってお参りしたな。あ、そうだ。今日は遠出だし、出発する前に
Well, she did not do a good job at that one, did she?
あの日、私たちが叶わなかったお願いをしたのは。
I feel like I'm so low down in the camera.
お狐様。
おkitsune. I see. That's cool. So she's more of a deity than a yokai. I guess a deity can be a yokai. A yokai can be a deity, right?
お狐様。
They're not mutually
君
exclusive.
に私以外の妖怪の知り合いがいたなんて、なんだか焼いちゃいますね。そんな、妖怪とかじゃなくて、うちの近所にね、小さなお社があって、ずっと昔からお狐様って呼ばれてて、この土地を守る神様が祀られているんだって父が教えてくれたの。神様ね。ミコちゃん、ひなこ。さっきミコちゃんが言ってたのは、あの日みんなでお参りに行った時のことだよね。そうだね。ひな子たちは本当によく私のところに来てくれたよね。あの日も家族揃ってお参りに来て、旅行に行くからってみんなで道中の安全祈願を。なるほど。土地神崩れというのはあながち間違ってはいなかったということですか。まあ、
Really cool.
結局願い虚しく、ひな子のご家族は皆事故で。
That's what I said. She didn't do a great job at granting their
いくら
wish.
祀られようが信仰されようが、妖怪は妖怪。ご利益も何もあったもんじゃないですね。
Brutal way to put it, but she's not wrong.
あんたの言っていることは否定しない。
Yeah, she's not wrong.
私はもともとただの人食いの狐だったし、この土地に
Whoa, she looks so cool.
昔坊主に捕まってここらの人間を助けるようにゆすられただけだし、覚えとけよクソ坊主が。
It's Minato.
この化けだぬきが余計な仕事増やすなっつの。
I guess she didn't really have any like huge wish granting powers per se, right? She wasn't necessarily like a
お前
big
みたいな
deity.
人でなしとは違う。今の私は私の意志でこの土地に住む人間たちを守ってる。本当は一つも取りこぼしたくはなかった。だけど私は神様
Yeah.
なんかじゃないから。ささやかな願いすら守ることができなかった。だったらせめて残されたものだけは
Yeah.
何があっても。ごめんね、ひなこ。今までずっと騙してて。私ね、本当はひなこ
Okay, but the
より
memories
ずっと
from the
長い目し
past
てて。
are not fabricated then.
ひなこが生まれた日のことも知ってるんだよ。
That's good to
みん
know.
なわざわざ写真を見せに来てくれたの。ひなこの両親、大地やゆりのことだって。あの子たちが小さい頃から見守ってきたんだ。
Damn.
あの日、たった一人になって帰ってきた。変わり果てたあなたのことも全部見てきた。だからひなこだけは何があっても守りたかった。みこちゃん、本当に人食いがここまで人間と共存してきたことはご立派だと思いますよ。ですがこれ以上ひなこのそばにいるのは難しいんじゃありませんか。今この瞬間に理性が焼き切れてもおかしくない状態でしょ。
Oh,
そういうわけなので、やっぱりここで殺しておきましょう。
preemptively?
ひなこ。待って！ひなこ、危ないじゃないですか。お願い、お願いだから。待って、しおりさん。
There's so many conflicts of interest here. I'm gonna talk about it at the end though. It's really cool, the dynamic that they have going here. Between this entire trio and their goals and stuff.
ひなこ。ずっとみこちゃんが休みがちなのは体が弱いからだと思ってた。私のせいだったんだね。ごめんね。ひなこが謝ることじゃないんだってば。私が妖怪だから。
Yosti.
昔からそばにいてくれたんだよね。ずっと不思議に思ってた。みこちゃんだけは水面の向こうに揺れる太陽みたいで。だったらさ、きっとそれって友達って言ってもいいんじゃないかな。
Dude, Ueda Reina's voice is doing something to my emotions that I'm... Oh.
ひなこのその思考
Man.
すら私のまじないの作用だとしても、それでも私はいいよ。もうひなこがそんなだから。悪い妖怪につけ入られるんだよ。
Dude, this is the coolest
みこ、
kitsune design that I've seen in anime ever.
たとえみこちゃんが人ではなかったとしても、それでもみこちゃんは私のひなこ。 深い海に沈んでいくような
What the fuck?
そんな日々の中。ひなこ、ひなこ、ひなこ。私は沈みきれなかった。ミコちゃんは太陽みたいではなく、本物の太陽で。いやー、先生タイミング最高だよね。ひなこが美味しそうで嬉しいだけだよ。でも私は君を食べに来ました。私が君のすべてを食らい尽くします。たった一つ心残りがあった。
After credit scene.
わたたべハイ
I
スクール。
forgot. They are just leaving us off on that cliffhanger then.
しおりさんのその姿も作ったってこと？そうですよ。なんでその見た目なの？そうですね。こんな感じが年代問わず一番受けがいいんですよね。受けって。ああ、でもひなこの好みに合わせることもできますよ。私のゴキ？
Goki. Oh! Oh! It's deforming. Of course. Teacher mode.
変わった見た目より変わっていく過程の方が衝撃的すぎて。
That's funny. Appetite gosh. Wow. Ooh.
このくらいとかどうです？
Oh no.
もっと幼くもなれますが。いざという時に動きづらい大きさはなるべく取りたくないんですけど。でもまあ、君が望むならどんな形にもなれますよ。私の望む形。君の望みはデフォルト固定で。
Ah, dude,
ですよね。
the sounds are so uncomfortable.
ですよね。
Damn. They actually are leaving us off on that cliffhanger. That's crazy. What a great episode. So, okay. Now we know exactly what Miko is. So she used to be kind of like this wild kitsune yokai, right? Who was eating people and killing people and stuff like that. And then she got kind of like captured and tamed in a sense by this monk. And then she kind of became sort of a local deity, right? Around here. And the family was, that being Hinako's family, was praying to her. And their last wish to her was, you know, make this journey a safe one. But obviously she wasn't like a god, or she didn't have any wish granting powers, so it's not like she was like, yeah, she was like blessing them with safety or anything like that. So they asked that of her, but obviously we know how that ended up, like what happened with that entire thing. So Miko partially blamed herself, it feels like, right? And she is trying to take responsibility for not upholding the wish of the family, right? Or not granting the wish to the family by trying to protect Hinako in their stead, right? So that's really cool. I really, really like that. And obviously now there's a conflict of interest here because we have three people with very different goals. So first of all, the goal, Miko's goal and Hinako's goal in they are already completely opposites, right? Obviously Miko wanting to protect Hinako, but Hinako wanting to die. And then you have on the other side of the spectrum, you have the Shiori, who's just the absolute wild card in all of this because she wants Hinako to get better and to not want to die, but then killing Hinako at that moment. So you have a wild trio here with complete conflict of interest between all three of them, right? So it's really cool though. It's really interesting. I want to see where this is gonna go. and what the hell happened there at the end, right? I want to see what happened with that entire thing. You know, one thing that's really throwing me off in a good way is, yeah, and this is kind of like unrelated to the actual story here and anime, but yesterday I watched the Chainsaw Man movie, and it's throwing me off hearing Fire's Eye and Ueda Reina here together again. Man, it just stabs me in the heart hearing Ueda Reina. I'm not gonna go into details because that's spoilers, but goddamn, I get so depressed hearing it. So that was what I was thinking about, like during all of these scenes where Hinako was talking. I was like, Ueda Reina, please, my heart cannot take this. But her voice is so good. Anyways. Also, Fire's Eyes voice acting with, you know, going in all different registers, you know, when she was speaking as the kitsune was really cool, because it does sound a lot like her voice when she was doing Jolene in JoJo's, right? Which is a lot more, a lot deeper voice, a lot more what's the word? A lot more raspier, and yeah, that kind of like monster register in a sense. Really cool though. She's fantastic in everything that she does. And then going back to like this high school girl, bubbly girl voice, it's really cool. I really like it. But anyways, what else was there? Yeah, I'm just really excited to see how this dynamic is gonna affect the entire story and where it's gonna go and how this is gonna work out. Because as I said, there's such a big conflict of interest, so it's gonna be really cool to see how it actually does work out in the end. But I guess we'll find out. For now, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!